We cannot tolerate a mother dying from childbirth every minute. We cannot tolerate 11 million mothers and children under 5 who die each year. We cannot tolerate 100 million school-aged children who do not go to school. 55% of them are girls who need to be empowered through education.
Despite the efforts of governments, international organizations, and people of goodwill, each year around the world, millions of mothers and children continue to die and suffer invisibly, while millions of girls are denied an education.
It is not acceptable. We've gone beyond all the bounds of unfairness and inequity, and we've crossed all the red lines, and it's women this century who have to say enough, stop, think again, let's get back on course.
In 2004, hoping to put an end to this appalling reality, an impassioned group of powerful and influential women gathered at the Rockefeller Conference Center in Bellagio, Italy, to create the Global Women's Action Network for Children.
Restoring balance and equity to the world is a moral imperative. Proceeding unified with strong, unwavering determination, we will succeed.
Part of our mission is really to empower women and to use the collective leadership of women and girls to make a difference.
Without women becoming really empowered and fully involved in the development of their country, we're not going to see changes not only for women but for children.
Recognizing that the lives of women and children are inextricably intertwined, the network committed to advocating for better maternal and child health and girls' education.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I am delighted to welcome you all to Jordan for this important international conference.
In June of 2006, under the patronage of Her Majesty Queen Rania Al Abdullah of Jordan, the Global Women's Action Network was formally launched.
By building bridges between powerful leaders and organizations for women and children, our action network aims to chart a path of progress that all can follow.
We are here because Jordan is a model for education reform. Queen Rania's leadership in increasing access to education for women and girls and improving maternal and child health is inspiring.
Children's Defense Fund President and Conference Core Convener Marian Wright Edelman outlined the conference's goals.
I share First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt's belief that only women in power will consider the needs of women without power, and that a woman's will is the strongest thing in the world. And I thank all of the wonderful, powerful, and prominent women who have gathered here from around the world and from every sector to mobilize for action to stop the morally intolerable and preventable loss of millions of mother and child lives and human potential, which impedes human progress and stains our humanity.
Conference Core Convener Madeleine Albright addressed the delegates.
We're here to serve notice that women and children have been dying needlessly for too long, and that every life matters, and that a global network is coming together determined to defend children and save women's lives.
And Liberia's president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, underscored the hope and promise of the new network.
Indeed, I am so glad that our children in Liberia, despite the many years of sufferings and hardships, are beginning to smile again. You can help to widen that smile. You can help to develop that promise, not only for them in Liberia, but for all the children in the world.
By the shores of the Dead Sea, women from around the world came together in the spirit of sisterhood to develop concrete action steps for the network and experienced the powerful difference women can make by working together.
I would argue that your goal has to be radical. It has to be the thing that makes people want to get out of bed in the morning and go and work and do something to achieve the goal.
What is it going to do? What it's going to do is to try and get a worldwide network of women focusing on these issues. So, but then give 5 examples of the things it's going to do. So one is, let's do leverage new partners.
There were world leaders, ministers of state, and 6 first ladies from across the globe.
So since '94, we've really started rebuilding our health infrastructure, and for the children, there's so many preventable diseases, but the mothers really don't have yet all these values enshrined in their cultures.
Some of the children are going to school just for 3 hours and a half, and everybody knows 3 hours and a half is not a time for going to school.
They were future leaders.
People somewhere have lost the hope. They have stopped fighting against poverty. They have given up on their basic human rights.
Nobel Peace Laureates offered vision and counsel.
As the children are not able to defend their own rights, therefore the most important duty of every government is to safeguard the rights of children.
Action for change is not a feel-good exercise. If you assume responsibility, you have to carry through on the actions you say you're going to do.
Above all else, the conference focused on building a bold advocacy voice to ensure healthcare and education for powerless women and children.
What we as a network need to do is mobilize the outrage that women are dying when they don't have to, and that babies are dying, stillbirths, all of these things, when they don't have to.
And the voices, collective voices of women leaders have been missing for the last 20 years. It has been women in health or women in scattered women in some countries that have spoken up about this issue.
We're talking of models, and models of girl-friendly free education. We need to emphasize free education and essential packages for girls.
And then in giving access to education, ensuring that the education we provide is a quality education. It's education for empowerment to enable girls to become leaders.
There's something called the virtuous circle. When girls have at least 4 years of education, maternal mortality goes down, infant mortality goes down, family nutrition, family income go up.
On the final day, Her Majesty Queen Rania and Marian Wright Edelman shared the conference's vision for the Global Women's Action Network for Children.
Accountability, added value, achieving and sustaining results, and movement building will be the hallmarks of this powerful women's network committed to inventing a world anew through the eyes and life of every sacred child.
By strengthening partnerships from grassroots communities to NGOs to corporations and governments, we will nurture the most basic partnership of all, a mother and her baby.
We will develop, with your help, and mount a powerful, sustained, strategic multimedia public awareness campaign to meet and keep visible the preventable mortality, morbidity, and illiteracy of mothers and children around the globe.
The real measure of our success will not be what we have accomplished here, but what we will do when we leave. So as you head home, let us remember that to the world, each of us may be just one woman, but to one woman, we may be the world. Thank you very much.